Meanwhile, OTAs, they're done, finished in the books. You were out there. You got out there at the very beginning. I came out there later. But I love watching the drills on the bags. I was standing at the far end of the field watching the defensive linemen and linebackers working on the bags and what they were instructing them to do, and the swim move. They were kind of throwing. It was kind of interesting. They throw like a stiff arm. They're having them stiff arm the bag, and then they'd swim around it. Which just watching how quickly, man. Yeah, some of these guys are so big and how quick they are. It just, you sit there and go, my goodness, what an athletic freak these guys are. But what caught your eye out there today?
Well, first of all, I mentioned a little bit to Paul, but Michael Jackson just had an amazing day. I mean, I didn't see the indoor stuff. I got here a little bit late. I heard Derek Witherspoon had a really nice interception. And by the way, and since we're talking corners, Witherspoon, he's very physical. And if you look at it like his highlight film, it's all about him, just crushing people. He's a great tackler, but he plays the ball really well. And there was a couple of times where, a lot of times a guy can get caught up in, I'm going to blow somebody up, but there's a chance to get the ball. Yeah. And like Devin Bush told us, the best play, the answer to that question, big hit or interception, should always be interception.
You barely got the question out before you said interception.
Right. Because that's the point of defense is getting the ball. But yeah, he has his priorities right in that regard. Every once in a while, like remember last year we saw Cody Barton make a mistake like that where he goes and hits the receiver. Like, dude, you could have got a pick. Yeah. So sometimes guys, so that's the positive thing about him. Tariq Woolen's only going to get better. What did he run? He ran like a
4.27, something like that. I don't know, something ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think they got Witherspoon they had him run, and I think it was like a 4.4. Those are your corners. And not only that, now you got Michael Jackson out there making plays. I feel sorry for Michael Jackson because he's been on 3 different teams that had Pro Bowlers at corner that he sat behind. I remember last year, and I was like, dude, you can't get a break. And he's like, man, I'm telling you, it was this guy in Dallas and this guy. And now he gets a first-rounder drafted in front of him,
Yeah, you're supposed to play when you're the 5th overall pick.
He's going to play. He's going to start.
And you still have Trey Brown, and you've got Kobe Bryant.
Well, and Kobe plays inside. Maybe they can do that with Michael and have him move inside and give a little competition there. But, yeah, I was looking at Trey Brown is fully back, man. He is fast. I don't understand what happened to him at the end of the year. I think – he maybe got in the doghouse for something that, because it was a very abrupt and there wasn't a lot of words about it afterwards where for a while there they were giving him, I remember in L.A. playing the Rams, they were giving him a chance and then he got yanked and that was it. We didn't see him the rest of the year, really. So, yeah, but I still think that guy can play, and he looks really fast. He's running around out there. So, yeah, they're corners. It's so hard to find really good corners. Mm-hmm. And, we'll see with Witherspoon. It's still, a crapshoot because you never know if a guy's going to, make the transition to the NFL. But if he is able to and everything they think he is, they are going to be set at corner for a really long time.
Anybody on offense catch your eyes? I was watching Charbonnet out there. He looks like he's got a little burst to him.
He does. Yeah, I noticed the same thing, and I think he's kind of been knocked as being not super fast. He's but he sure plays fast. You look at him on the field. And that's just the case with a lot of players. That some guys have really good 40s and they don't play that fast, and then there are other guys that don't have the speed, but you see him on the field. That's Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
Really looks good. He is really definitely caught my eye. So yeah, it's good to see Uncle Will out there today. Yeah. That was another thing we were kind of worried about with Will Dissly. So yeah, I think he wants to come in and talk to us. He said, "Hey, what's up?" And last time we had him in here, he goes, "We should have beers here." We just sat there and cut it up.
Doesn't it seem like him and Cal Raleigh would be just buddies?
Yeah,
they seem like similar guys. Yeah, just kind of, Will's a little more effusive, but they just seem kind of like just whatever comes in their head, that's what they say, and there's no reaction to it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was cool to see Bobby out there. Bobby's kind of out there running the show, and there was something about they weren't supposed to have designed plays or something like that. And Bobby was over there saying, "Hey, you guys are running this and that," just jokingly, But yeah, he's kind of
he's the general out there.
He's the general out there, the leader, and just everybody talking about what a good dude he is, and how like Devin Bush. I mean, he'd probably been watching Bobby, his whole college, high school career, and now
Does that make you feel old? He's watching Bobby.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid at home watching football, I was watching him.
Yeah.
Like, geez, I remember when he was drafted.
Well, I got a lot of crap for that my last year, and I'll tell you what, young man, you hope you make it to 9 or 10 or whatever. Bobby's at what, 12?
Something like
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was good to see him out there, and I think he's going to be just like a coach on the field. So
you know who runs better than we don't see him much, but I was watching Drew Lock. He moves pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's Michael Vick out there or anything or Lamar Jackson, but I'd say he runs better than Geno. Geno's not he's not a speedy guy. He's not a quick, elusive, fast guy. He can be mobile enough to keep a play alive. But I was just watching Drew scramble a couple of times. Like, wow, okay, he actually has got some burst to him as well.
That's something I think he's known for. Is that he's very athletic. Like he can play basketball, golf, baseball. I mean, he's just a really talented athlete. So, yeah, not too surprising there. We'll see if he, has a little bit more discretion. I was talking to Maura Dooley about that. We were talking about how the knock on him in Denver was kind of that, he didn't take good care of the football, didn't make good decisions. So, throwing too many interceptions, basically.